Hi there, and welcome to another video for the CDL Draft League. Again, I did that thing where I repeat it because Draft League is part of CDL. The Cutlass Draft League, and I am here going to talk about my first battle, which is coming up in about 6 hours from recording this video. I am going up against the trainer Ebeza, and you'll see in the spreadsheet over here, Hoodini, aka Sean, who's co-running this league, made this handy-dandy spreadsheet so we can like kind of see at a glance everyone's Pokemon, their typing, immunities, weaknesses, etc., etc. And then in the other tab, I have Showdown, where I've kind of put together my team. I worked one-on-one with another one of the trainers in the draft, Elixir Elise, who helped me out kind of problem solve and build. So for this strategy, we're going for a Trick Room team. And what's interesting about my team is that they're all kind of beefy. And so what I've done is like kind of my goal is to kind of take this, like, I'm gonna be they're gonna be really hard to kill, and also I'll have the Trick Room set up because a lot of these guys are slow. Originally in the lineup I had Masquerada, but when we decided to lean into the Trick Room, I have Trick Room on both Gothitelle and Galarian Slowking as my backup Trick Room setter, because Masquerada is really speedy. Now Masquerada can also learn Trick Room, but I think for this purposes, Volcarona was the better option, who I swapped Masquerada out with. And then, so that's kind of what we're going for. I think my ace in this particular lineup is going to be either Lapras or Hydrapple. You'll see here that Ebeza has quite a lot of fire Pokemon and quite a lot of Pokemon that are weak to water. So having Lapras there has with Hydro Pump and Hydrapple with Hydro Pump as well is going to be useful in that scenario. We've got Gothitelle as our primary Trick Room setter, Galarian Slowking as our backup, then we also have, because like getting into late game, I want to be able to sustain and basically kind of just outlast their team, which I think my team will be really good at. So to really emphasize that, I have Drain Punch on Alolan Muck and Giga Drain on the Volcarona. You'll also see that I've given all of these Pokemon nicknames, so you can have fun looking at that. So that's kind of my intention going into this. Some other stuff that's notable is I definitely think that Ebeza is going to be bringing Blastoise. I think it's going to be kind of their main support Pokemon. So having the water absorb here for Lapras, I think, will be really helpful. I'm a little nervous about their Intimidators, but I'm hoping that they have the weakness to fighting. So I have Brick Break over here on Alolan Muck that I'm hoping will help with that. Additionally, Brick Break is also going to help because they have some screen setters on their team, so that'll help break any screens over there. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about this. All of my Pokemon except for Hydrapple have Protect. Hydropple doesn't have Protect because they have choice specs, so we have them with a this setup. So I don't know. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. We look over here. There's, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to see how this goes. Like I said, the game is in about 6 hours. This is kind of a short video, but I just thought I'd give you a little. Maybe I'll do this as like the intro when I actually upload the video of the playthrough. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I'm recording this at like past midnight my time after just starting my first day of classes for the spring semester, so bear with me. But I really wanted to get this uploaded before I actually played the battle, so I'm not like this is my intention going into this, not knowing what Ebeza is bringing or what Ebeza is planning to do. But we'll see what happens.
Yep, same.
Alright, hello people of the internet. My name is Morgan Robbins, otherwise known as the Loremother. I promise I know how to say my own name. Today I am battling in the Cutlass Draft League, and I am going up against Ebeza.
Hello! Yes, the best team builder in all the land, clearly. No mistakes have been made.
For those, and this being everyone who isn't in the Cutlass Drag League, Cutlass Drag League would be a very different kind of environment.
I was going to say, I wasn't aware I was supposed to be in my dress today. I can go and get that on if that's the rules.
Sorry, I just have trouble speaking sometimes. This is our second time recording this intro, so we're a little loopy right now. Ebeza, do you want to tell them why it's the second time recording this intro?
Someone, who shall remain nameless but isn't Loremother, decided to accidentally make their entire team level 100 when we're supposed to be level 50. So, the surprise that I experienced during the battle, where I absolutely wiped the floor with you, and I genuinely thought, oh my god, I did something really clever at Pokemon, very quickly faded to, no, I did something truly idiotic because I set my team up completely wrong.
And
in no time at all, because you know from the post chat, I was genuinely confused. I was like, how did I do that so convincingly? I thought I was going to lose.
To be fair, I thought that I made like very choice errors. I still think I made those errors, but I don't think it would have been nearly as much of a sweep the floor thing, because honestly, I was questioning, because like I have a very tanky team, how you were able to get right through them. So
I was so confused by that, and then when I got the message saying, is your team at level 100? I was like, oh no. So, my bad. So what happened basically, just to fill everyone in who's watching real quick, we were told to set up our teams under VGC rules, but we're not battling under VGC rules, because that would mean we could only bring 4 Pokemon, and we're battling 6v6. And because of that, because of the term we're not battling under VGC rules, in my head, I was like, when I did the team check, you know, like the validate on Pokemon Showdown, it was like, you know, your Pokemon can be level 100 under these rules, right? And I was like, oh, and just changed them, and then never thought to ask anyone about it. So yeah, completely my bad. Like, there's no one else to blame but me, but that's sort of like what the mistake was in my head. But we're all at level 50 now, and Loremother and I have agreed we've not changed our teams at all. So moveset, EV spread, items, abilities, actual Pokemon we're bringing, nothing has changed. Obviously, the battle will be different. I'm a bit worried about this now, because I think you know more about my team than I know about yours. but it was my mistake, so I think that's a fair thing for me to handicap myself with, because it was totally my error.
And to be fair, I didn't really learn that much about your team. I know, like, a few moves and, like, some stuff. We also did talk about our strategies, so, like, after that, and that's one of the major reasons why I thought it would be only fair if we, like, didn't change anything, because we did talk about that ahead of time.
And
so
honestly,
we made the agreement. We weren't asked to do this by the CDL organizers, but we made the agreement with each other to just, like, keep everything the same.
To be perfectly honest, I don't have another team build in me. Like, I used all my brain power on just building this one, if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm glad we agreed that.
So yeah, we're doing this right now, and we're just gonna jump right into it, deafen the call, so we're not, bantering, and
giving stuff away by accident, knowing me.
Knowing me as well. But without further ado, here's the first battle in the Cutlass Draft League.
Yep. Let's go.
Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, here we go. Okay. Yeah. So we protect, we trick room. Okay. Trick room's not happening. At least not from Gothitelle. So we are going to, let's see. What is our Groucho marks? Ground. B is weak to water. Okay. And then trick room. Oh. My trick room got off. Okay. What is... What is... Scrafty... Flying, fighting. I don't got any of that. And then we'll just protect to keep the trick room up. Yes. Okay, there we go. They're gonna keep trying to get the Trick Roomer, so we need to keep that up. This is going a little bit more how I expected it. All right. It's gonna switch out. And I'm not even sure if that was the right thing to do there. But let's see. Okay. Okay, 4 and 4. Their Groucho Marx is low. Trick Room is still up. And did we set Trick Room? Turn 2. So turn 6 is going to be the last turn. Blastoise, okay. Okay. We're gonna protect. Yep. Okay. Not great. And then we need to reset the Trick Room. Oof. Yes. Oh, that did not go the way I wanted it. But Trick Room is reset. Okay. What is Blastoise weak to? Grass and electric. Okay, so we'll just do this. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job narrating right now. This is intense. Okay, got the Alolan Executor gone. Turtle's still there. I'm Noivus. Okay. And we're just gonna hit Purple Turtle again, I think. Yeah, because he's defense, so we want to do our physical attacker here, and then our special attacker there. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. I might actually win this, though. Okay. I think we have this. I've only got one Pokemon left. Alright. Oh, and he survives. And there it is.
For when Loremother wants to speak as well.
Hello.
Wow. Hello. So that was more reasonable. Good game. Like,
Good game.
I will say I was so mad at myself that I didn't realize that Slowking would be carrying Trick Room as well. If I'd have doubled into Slowking on the Trick Room turn, I might have had a chance. But I just didn't even think that you'd have 2 Trick Room. And then afterwards I was like, of course you had 2 Trick Room setters. Like, so yeah, but that was, yeah, fair play, good strategy in the end. Like, you know, once it was a fair battle.
Yeah, no, and there were times where I actually got, like, afraid because it was pretty evenly matched, actually. So
Yeah.
that felt a little bit more like what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah, no, really good match. Like I say, the turn, hang on, let me scroll up. There was a turn where you first set up Trick Room. So you brought in Michelle where? Turn 3?
Turn 2. Turn 2 is when she used Trick Room.
And turn 3, oh, turn 2 was when she used Trick Room. Oh, yeah, so it is. Yeah, so on that turn, I doubled into Lapras and was dead pleased I killed Lapras, and then you used Trick Room, and I was like, oh no! Like, immediately I was like, oh, I think I just lost because I focused on the wrong Pokemon. Like, had I gone for... I shouldn't have used Fling on turn 1 because that should have been saved for Michelle. Because they only needed to do, like, a tiny bit of damage, like 6.2%. I could have used Thunder Punch or anything to kill off Gothitelle. And then the fact that I didn't have Fling and I didn't double into Slowking, I was like, oh, I think I just lost. So, yeah, that was GG. I knew it was coming from the moment you got Trick Room up. I was like, oh, no. But yeah,
I was surprised that you brought out a Alolan Executor right after I brought out when I had my
when you Draco.
Hydrapple, yeah.
Yeah, but like, so my thinking there was like to tempt you into another to really like just eradicate the Hydrapple, like, you know, because like once you're -4 special attack, like you have to switch out and back in. Like I was like, that's just like done for that Pokemon at that point.
Yeah.
And I knew it wouldn't kill me because it was already -2. I was surprised how much it did because obviously I wasn't calcing stuff. So I was just like, oh, that's still a lot. I thought it was going to do around 50%. I might have got away with the 2-hit, you know, kind of like just under 50. And then when it did like 83 or 87 or whatever it was, I was like, oh, that's more than I thought. So yeah, yeah, another miscalculation. But I think the big mistake on my part was not realizing Michelle would have Trick Room. Yeah, but so did your Gothitelle have Trick Room as well?
Yes, I have 3 Trick Room setters on my.
3.
Yeah, I didn't bring the 3rd one on here. Meowscarada can learn it too.
Oh, okay, right. I thought you meant you had 3 with you. I was like, oh god, I'd never have had a chance. Because
no.
I think as soon as you got Trick Room up, that was kind of GG. Like, I was in a lot of trouble from the moment you got Trick Room up, so I was like desperate to stop it. I was so pleased when I killed Gothitelle, and then I just got carried away and didn't even think about the fact that Slowking's an obvious Trick Room setter, and just didn't even think about it. And yeah, but like that's such a good team, like such a well-constructed team. I genuinely love that. It's like really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I had a lot of fun battling you, and honestly, you did, like, you had me scared there for a second. And I'll say this, I'm still scared of your Golem.
When I
Mr. Groucho Marx.
My Groucho. When I got rid of Trick Room, I was like, okay, I just helping hand Draco that thing now and hope I kill it. And then when Michelle didn't die, I was like, oh, like as soon as she didn't die, I was like, and here comes Trick Room and here comes game, basically. Because I think if I'd have got rid of Michelle there, it would have been really interesting, like really close. I think I don't know who would have won, but I think it would have come a lot more down to the wire. Honestly, Alolan Muck's terrifying, so I still think you would have won. But without Trick Room, I think I had a lot more chance, and I thought I could take Michelle down with Helping Hand, but no.
Yeah.
Didn't quite, and I was like, oh, that's probably game.
Your Blastoise was beefier than I was expecting it to be.
It's a full tank set. It's like, it's such a defensive Blastoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my only defensive mod on this particular team, so like.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, when I look at your team setup, it seems like Blastoise is going to be like your go-to support. So. Yeah. All right. Well, good game. Very, very. I mean, obviously, I'm happy with how that went, but it was certainly an interesting journey to get there. And
the emotional roller coaster I went on from feeling like a genius to feeling like an absolute moron to feeling like, oh, I've still got them, I've still got it because I've killed the Gothitelle, to why didn't I think of that before? I've gone on such an emotional roller coaster in terms of what I think of my own intelligence. So for the course of this video.
Listen, you were a worthwhile opponent. You knocked out half of my team very easily. So people have a right to be scared of you. You definitely, you have a strong lead, and I think that that's something you should lean into. Just going full explosive might work really well for you.
I mean, I might still do that for the next person. It depends on who I'm playing and what team they've got and how I feel that they're gonna play. Because I had a feeling yours was gonna be quite a strategic play, because I knew about Perish Trap Stall. I hadn't even thought of Trick Room when I built the team, but I had Perish Trap Stall as my thing, and I was like, okay, I need to go nuclear with this. I need to just absolutely wiping out mons.
One of the things that about my team that's so interesting is that I drafted for hyper versatility. It's both synergistic, so I have a lot of Pokemon that work really well together, but I have 3 major competitive strategies I can do between the Trick Room and the Parashong, and I also have like I could, if I wanted to, do like a weather setting thing, if like
Right.
depending on the matchup, if I wanted to with rain, because like there's some stuff I could do with that between Lapras and Blissey and Volcarona and Galvantula and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Rain, thunder, on Galvantula and stuff. Yeah.
So there's some interesting things that can happen there.
I think your draft is a lot stronger than mine. Like, I think I did okay preparing for this particular battle, but my draft in general was quite haphazard, quite random. I didn't really have a strategy in mind. I was just like, what do I like, and I'll see what I can do afterwards.
Yeah, I'm definitely like more confident like when I have a lot of prep time, which is why I like drafting so much. In other games as well, like I do draft a lot in other games.
Yeah.
And so, but you also have to have a good like to use a good draft pool well. You have to have a good foundational knowledge, and that's something that I'm still working on with Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that's really where I need to like learn a lot more, and so definitely still figuring all that stuff out.
Yeah. Well, you see, now here's the thing. You now have to go on and win the whole thing, so I can say I lost to the winner. So
we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Sean's team is terrifying.
Your team's pretty scary, honestly. Like, there's so much bulk. Like, that was like my thing was how am I going to get through this, which is why I was really weirded out by how the first take went, and then how much the explanation of it made sense. I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. One thing I will say as well is I was really gutted I didn't get the kill with Scrafty on Gothitelle, so I didn't get the Moxie boost. I think that would have made quite a difference as well. I got the kill with Groucho, and I was just like, I really could have done with that. And think, with hindsight, maybe I should have tried to make Scrafty like 1 speed point slower than Groucho for double ups, but I didn't think that far ahead. So yeah. Okay, but yeah, good game. Like, absolutely, had a great time.
Me too. And good luck with the rest of the league.
And you.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.